Oh, oh, you got my sexy shorts on? Look at that. Oh my God. Yeah. Turning heads while I run with my booby bag. Oh, feels good after 15-degree weather, not being able to go outside. Puts into perspective of when you don't want to go outside when it's nice weather, and then you're like, oh dude, like stuck inside. I gotta do like a real treadmill for my cardio, or stair stepper, or I gotta look at all these people and not all this stuff, all this greenery and fresh air. Kind of nice. Gym was slow this week, so I didn't put anything out, Instagram or YouTube or anything. I did film some YouTube videos in the middle of editing them. That's the longest process of all of it. Who would have thought? But it was kind of like a down week. And it was nice. It's really, really nice, because sometimes I think we're all clamoring to, what's the next thing to post? What's this? What's that? Always like moving forward, that we forget, like, I'm gonna read some books. I'm gonna take this time to read, to study, get back into the things I enjoyed doing, right? And then we'll start off the weekend fresh. Get back into that week with better weather, better mindset, and get moving. Anyway, it's been running for a bit, but now, stop. Shh. Been running for a bit. Now it's time to get back to running. This was my break, so I'll see you in a minute. I'm gonna think of some more stuff to say. I got a lot to say, but I just, getting it out there is the difficult part. Another break. Still going strong. Oh, this is pretty damn good out here. There's no way. It was 15 degrees this last week. Oh well. Yes, it was. But, oh, man. Vitamin D feels really good. Getting out in the air, the sunshine. If you're not doing it, you should. Whether it's walking, skateboarding, biking, unicycling, robbing a bank. I don't condone you robbing a bank, but if that gets you some vitamin D, then so be it. Get you that vitamin D, right? And a little bit of money too. But I don't want you to rob banks, okay? Don't rob banks. Bad idea. Because then you'll end up in jail, and then you won't have any vitamin D. Yeah, it's not a good idea. But a lot of thinking this week, which was really good. Sometimes I don't have time to think about all of that, right? I don't have time to just sit down and rest. It's always on to the next thing. But, whatever it is, where you have those feelings of, imposter syndrome, or am I good enough? Or, everybody has those. Everybody has those moments where they're like, do I know enough? Am I doing the right thing? Am I on the right path? You don't know. You don't know if you're on the right path until you start going down it, and you start educating yourself more and learning more and growing. And then things start to make more sense. But I guess it's hard to find that one path that you're supposed to be taking, right? Where, what's your mission? What is it you're supposed to be doing? I think, like I always say, like, comparison is the thief of joy, but I'm always comparing myself to people that have been studying anatomy or doing it way longer than I have, right? Where I've already done like 3 different careers. Like, crazy. It's crazy to think. A lot of shit that's gone in my life that I've worked through, where I figured out the path, right? Like, I had a best friend that, brother like another mother, committed suicide. Ended up getting fired from that job because I was depressed and didn't know how to deal with it. There were no resources for any of that. And when I was growing up, you know, you don't know who to talk to, or you think of it as like a weakness. When it's like, no, it's not really a weakness. It's like a normal thing. People get sad. Nobody ever explained that shit to me, right? Why? I don't know. Didn't grow up with that framework. Then I got divorced, and got married again, another divorce, and then got injured on a oil rig that blew my whole ankle apart. Had to relearn how to walk. A lot of shit in between that I'm not going to get into right now. It goes much deeper, but you know, I think sometimes we have to look back and realize, like the way Matt Vincent put it to me. I had a conversation with Matt Vincent. If you don't know who that is, check him out. Great guy. I had a conversation with him this weekend, and he was like, dude, that's your fucking superpower, right? Like, that's, you know, I didn't like that guy. I still don't like that fucking guy that all that shit happened to, because I wasn't the best person, but I didn't have a lot of really good guidance. I just kind of fumbled my way through everything. But he's like, that's your superpower, dude. Look how much, like, if you look back at all that shit and how much you've overcome, like, you're stronger than most fucking people. But it's like, I guess maybe I see sometimes how far I can go, or how, I don't know, kind of rambling at this point, but you know, you sometimes see, like, I want to get here. But if you look back and realize how far you've come, I think that's more important than, you know, you're looking at your end goal and maybe not achieving that. No, maybe not getting to that point, right? But you're still on the journey. And a lot of times, like, once you reach the goal, like, and you're like, oh, that's it. I've done that so many times. I'm like, all right, well, what's next? And you only enjoy reaching that goal for a certain amount of time until you're like, all right, what's next? I can do more. I can do more. And maybe that's what I'm talking about. Like, look how far you've come instead of how far you have to go, right? Sometimes that's more important. Anyway, I've been rambling. I took too long of a break, but I was tired. Anyway, back to running. Sit with that as you will. I don't know, if you got questions, ask away. I'll be back. See you in a minute. All right, buddy. And that's a wrap, folks. I know you left it hanging. A lot of deep stuff that we just went over, but it's been a while. Been running for a minute, just processing all of it, and, you know, word vomited all that out. I don't know. I guess it's just, you know, a lot of people think when situations happen, they're like, this is the worst day of my life. No, dude, it can always get worse. It can always get fucking worse. And that process that I just talked about, all that stuff that happened within like a year or 2 years maybe. So it's like bam, 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 one thing after another. And a lot of other stuff that really goes into that I can't discuss at this time. It's a secret between you and me. It's a secret. Don't tell anybody, but I'll tell you eventually. You'll get to hear about it. But yeah, it's a good run. Felt good instead of doing the stair stepper and the other BS. Like, just having some sun. Holy cow. It's nice. It's nice. Oh, you can't see me. But yeah, there's always somebody that might have it worse, or somebody. I mean, you're gonna make through it. You're gonna make it through whatever you're going through. If I went through all that shit and more, you're gonna make it through. You're gonna make it out of it, dude. I promise. Or dudette. If you're a dudette on here, you're gonna be okay. It's you gotta take it a little bit at a time, right? That's all you can do. You can't be like hyper focused on stuff and just give up. You gotta do what you can and keep moving. Keep moving. There's this crazy lady over here. This lady, she's freaking nuts. She's got like 100 different crammers out there. She's got like Every time my son's out there playing over at that park, but at least like during, she was like freaking out. Where's your parents? Yeah. She's crazy, dude. She's got like, I don't know, she's a wild lady. Harasses all the kids that go and skateboard over there. But, you know, kind of a weird tangent. But I was walking by there. Anyway, you're gonna make it through. You're gonna be okay. If I made it through, trust me. And I was a fucking idiot, dude. A lot of you guys are smarter than I am. You're way smarter than me. I just put my head down and just kept working. That's all I know how to do is work, right? That's all I know how to do. I just need a path. Tell me what to do and I'll work. I'll do it. Stop running. How do you guys do this? It's not fun. I mean, I guess it is fun in a way. Where you're like processing through shit in your head. But I don't know. It was a good time today. Anywho, I'm sure you got other things to do. And I'm headed home. I got a Zoom client that I got to train. Get to train. Let's change our words. Change your framework. I have a Zoom client I get to change. Get to train. Remember, none of this is edited. It's just me talking. Right? Unless I, do something like rob a bank like we talked about. But I'm not going to do, okay? I'm not going to do that. I'm just saying. Nothing's going to get edited. We're just talking. We're just talking to each other. And you can write stuff to me. Well, I respond. If you have questions. I got a Zoom client I get to train. I got to eat some food. And I'm going to see you guys probably soon. We'll see each other soon. You have a good day, bud. Adios. Oh, run, sauna. Oh, it's amazing. Now we get cold because it's freezing here in Texas recently, so I could use the big cold plunge. Oh. Right here. So I did this the other day when it was 15 degrees out. Sauna cold plunge. Very cool. Oh, it froze over right there. And I got out and I slipped and I was freaking died. Oh my God. It was like 15 degrees out. It was like 5 in the morning. Nobody would have found me. Dead. It would have been terrible. But this feels good.